Now, this next tip that I'm going to give you all is one of the most common reasons why wholesalers fail. And that reason is going to be what's going on, guys? It's your man, Ed Hayes, the wholesale coach here, back for another video. And in this video, I want to talk to all of you wholesalers out there, especially you newbie wholesalers out there. I want to give you all a framework so you can take responsibility and accountability over your business's success. If you're just getting out here in the wholesaling game, you should know that the vast majority of people that get started do not succeed at what they're trying to do. But with this video, this framework that I'm gonna give you all can ensure that you'll actually know exactly what you need to be focused on to remain consistent and get out here and get some deals. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead, let's get into it.
With me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Hey, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a...
All right, wholesaler. So whether you're just starting off or you've been in the game for quite some time, the game still remains the same. And I've noticed, because I've been coaching people for some years now, since 2017 I've been coaching people, and I've noticed that there's very consistent things that cause people to not actually get deals. And so whether you're starting off working with a coach or you're binge watching YouTube videos and stuff like that, salute to all of y'all guys, man, because we just recently topped 10,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, man. Salute to all of y'all. I definitely appreciate it. Now, at the end of the day, actually getting out here and getting these deals is going to be your responsibility. It's going to be up to you. It's not going to be up to the coach or the VA to actually make your business boom. So the first part of this framework that I want to give you all is going to be actually understanding stuff, right? Getting the expertise, basically. So that's the first step, is being an expert at wholesaling. Binge watching these YouTube videos, getting yourself together with a coach like myself. I am taking new coaching clients right now, but get yourself around the knowledge necessary to actually know what you're doing, at least a base level of knowledge to where you know what a purchase and sale agreement is, what an ARV is, and stuff like that. Actually get out here and get educated. Truly want to learn this stuff, because there's a lot of moving pieces, and you would hate to get far along the process and then realize, oh, I don't know how to do this, or I've never done this before, I've never had this conversation, I've never seen this before. And it's gonna happen regardless. You're not gonna be perfect starting off. But at the end of the day, get as much expertise in your market as well as just general wholesaling expertise before you get started. Now that you've binge watched 150 YouTube videos, you've had 15 coaching sessions with your coach, now you're ready to get out here and actually start taking some action, right? Well, what I would recommend, one of the first things that you want to do when you become a wholesaler, and even if you've been in the game for a while, is that you want to establish relationships with key figures in your market. You'll quickly realize that it's not necessarily always what you know. Something like, you're gonna need that base level of information though. Don't get me wrong. You gotta know what you're doing out here, but very, very often it's who you know that ultimately makes the biggest difference in your outcomes out here, right? So when I say it's who you know, right? That's why I'm always recommending people go out there and get your cash buyers first. It's not necessarily what you know, it's the fact that you know Bob, who happens to be the third biggest real estate buyer in the entire state of Cleveland. Make sure that you're establishing relationships with cash buyers, realtors in the area, title companies, other wholesalers. You want to put your name out there. Even let your family and friends know. Relationships are going to be key to your overall success. If you have some shady, bogus title company, they can literally be the reason why you don't end up closing on a deal. So after you've got the expertise, you know what you need to do. Now you want to surround yourself with people who are already in the game. And these people very often can give you a lot more insight into the market versus having to do it yourself and figure it all out alone. Now, this next tip that I'm going to give you all is one of the most common reasons why wholesalers fail. And that reason is going to be volume. Most wholesalers are simply not contacting enough people to realistically have a shot at getting a deal. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're only making or have the time to make like 5 to 20 phone calls per day, this may not be the business for you. You always hear people talk about how wholesaling is a numbers game. Well, it really, really is a numbers game. Realistically, you would realistically want to be somewhere within the range of 15,000 to 30,000 contacts per month, meaning that's how many texts you sent out or how many calls you made. If you don't have the time to do that, you may need to hire on a virtual assistant to actually make that happen for you. But volume is one of the biggest killers of a wholesaler's dream, y'all. I promise y'all. There's so many people out there that may not have the time or the resources to actually be able to get these types of calls made. And at the end of the day, it sounds cliche, but it is a numbers game. If you're getting the calls in, you're gonna be getting business. You're gonna be getting deals done, but you have to get the work done. It's not gonna come to you. So volume is ultra important, guys. Most people are not out here putting in the work. And I know that it's hard. I know that it's time consuming. I know that cold calling and texting can be extremely tedious. But remember, once again, we're talking about how to take responsibility and accountability over your own business. It's not about the market. It's not about like, hey, my VA couldn't get this done. It's not about, oh, you know, I don't have enough time in the day. Don't make any excuses, guys. Not getting enough calls, enough text, enough marketing, enough attention, Facebook ads, Google it, whatever it is, you have to get enough attention to actually make a dent in this market, guys. No matter where you are, it's not necessarily the person who is best that wins at something. It's usually the person who gets the most attention who wins at most things. So make sure that whatever marketing strategy that you're gonna use, that you're consistent and that you're getting volume, that you're actually reaching enough people to have a shot.
Isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
Now next, and I kind of touched base on it in that last point, but the next, man, this next fundamental right here, guys, is a huge reason why a lot of people don't make it, guys, why they end up giving up, or it's like, oh, this thing is not working. So a lot of times, like, you know, you'll have the relationships, the expertise, you're getting the volume in, but you aren't being consistent. You're sending out like 500 texts 2-3 times a week instead of 5 to 7 days per week. You're not consistent enough. You know, there's always something going on at home. It's always some drama over here. Oh, my wife did that, my husband this, my kids this, whatever it may be. It's always something going on, right? Consistency is important. We can't be part-time players out here and expect to be getting a bag. At the end of the day, the average wholesale deal can go from $5,000 to $10,000, sometimes a lot more than that, right? So be realistic with yourself. If you want to be earning the type of money that only 10% of all Americans are making, man, female, straight, gay, all of that stuff, all of these people, come on. 10% of people are making over 100K or like, you know, 10K per month. So just think about that, guys. If you want that type of lifestyle, you're gonna have to be consistent. You can't be sometimes on, sometimes off. Maybe I'll do it today. Nah, maybe not. We'll just put it off until next week and dragging everything out. If that's how you feel about it, then it's just not gonna generate enough energy and momentum to actually be able to get these deals, y'all. I promise you. Because once you start to fall off from that consistency, then you start to get lackadaisical. Now you're not really focused that much. Now you're thinking about other little side hustles that you could be doing. Now you're falling off. So make sure that y'all stay consistent. Do this on a daily basis. Have a schedule for yourself. Be like, hey, look, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, I'm busy. Don't take no calls. Like, actually have a calendar. I made a video talking about a daily things to do list for wholesalers. I think that would be very, very important for some of you newbies and even some of you experienced wholesalers to check out, to give yourself a framework for how you can kind of set up your day for success. I'll link that up above. But look, man, don't sleep on this consistency factor that I'm telling y'all right now. It's super, super important, man. Don't get started for like a week or two and start to lose motivation. Don't start for like a month and be like, oh, this stuff doesn't work. You've got to be in it for the long haul. This is a business. It's not a hobby. If you want this to be a hobby, you're going to have to work like it's a business for it to even be a hobby. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not going to be just like, oh, it's just peaches and cream, and I just get deals every other day from calling 2, 3, 4, 5 people. It's just not realistic. All right. So it's like, you got to be consistent. You got to do it every single day. Like, get yourself out there. Don't give up, guys. That's what a lot of people do. And it's not for everyone. Don't get me wrong. You have to ask yourself before you even get started, is this for me? And that's why I'm laying out this framework so you know what's going to be required of you to actually get out here and get deals.
Push the button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button. You heard what she said.
Now, last but absolutely not least on this list, this framework that I'm giving you all is going to be tracking, analyzing, and organizing all of your leads. Basically making sure that you're actually following up with people efficiently. Now, guys, I've been wholesaling for quite some time, and I've been coaching people for almost as long as I've been wholesaling myself, right? I would venture to say that 90% of people are not actively, efficiently tracking, analyzing, and organizing their leads. Now, when I say that, what do I mean? I mean that you need to have a CRM system that you're using, like an agile CRM, like a Zoho or Podio. You also want to make sure that you've got systems to track your tasks. I don't like to use my CRM system to track my tasks. I like to use systems like Asana and Google Calendar to make sure that I'm actually getting the work done. So it's not just like, oh, okay, I talked to this person, I just dump it into the CRM, and then maybe I'll remember to actually follow up with this person. No, it's on the calendar. I'm getting several notifications to remind me to call Miss Johnson back at 7:30 tonight. It's not a game out here, y'all. All of these calls, not all of them, but a lot of these calls are going to translate into money. But if you're not actively following up with people, how are you actually going to get the deal? How are you actually going to cash out on this deal if you're not actively following up with people? The next factor, analyzing those leads, right? You want to know, like, am I actually like reaching out to enough people? How many people did I talk to this week? How many people did I actually speak with? How many contracts did I actually send out? How many people said yes? You want to be tracking your KPIs on a consistent basis. You want to know from January to June, we made exactly X amount of calls. We talked to exactly X amount of people. We put this many deals under contract, and we made this much money. You want to have all of your numbers tracked, analyzed, and efficient so you can go back and improve results. You want to track each marketing avenue that you're using right now. And I actually have a document, a CSV file that you all can download for free. I made a video about it. You all can check it out on the channel. I'll probably link it up above. But I have a free KPI tracker that you all can use and be able to calculate all of the numbers globally throughout your business. So you can see, okay, we did this many in Facebook ads. We sent out this many texts. We sent out this many calls. You don't necessarily even have to fill in this information on this KPI tracker yourself. You can have your VA do this for you. But I promise you guys, this is one of the most important pieces of the puzzle, okay? So like in any business, you have a funnel, as they call it, right? So during this funnel, right, if you're not actively tracking, following up, and organizing all of these leads, then you're gonna have a leaky funnel. And leads are just gonna be slipping through. Leads are just gonna be slipping through the cracks. And that's where a lot of the money is at. Salute to the guy who reached out to me, I think it was on Facebook or Instagram, and he let me know that, over 3 months of using some of the strategies that I had given him, some of the services and whatnot, I made $42,000 in I think about 3 months. But he's also mentioned that he would have made twice as much had he not mismanaged his leads. Even for people who are making a ton of cash, it's like you're still gonna need to track, analyze, and organize your leads. And when you start to do that, you'll start to realize where the leaks in your funnel are. You'll be like, oh, so my VA hasn't been making that many phone calls. They've been finessing me out here for a nice little while.
Got him!
Or you'll be like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe I should just let go of this particular marketing strategy because we're spending $500 per month and we've only gotten 2 leads this month and neither one of them turned into anything. Things like that. You want to actively make sure that you know the numbers of your business. Remember, this is a business. It's not a hobby, y'all. This is what I'm teaching y'all, how to be responsible and accountable for your business. You have to know the numbers. If an investor was to ask you these numbers, you should know them. Like, how many people are you reaching out to? Da, da, da. You shouldn't even have to think. You should be able to pop it up right there on your phone. Just use my KPI tracker, guys. I've got you. But go into further analytics as well. And make sure that you're actually listening to your VA's phone calls. Make sure that you're providing them with guidance and advice, support when they need it, or anyone else on your team for that matter, your acquisition managers or disposition managers, or even your house hunters. Make sure that anyone who works for you or works with you is all on the same page and you know exactly what they're doing. You got to get down to the nuts and bolts of this thing to actually improve results. As they say, what's not tracked will not be improved. What's not analyzed will not be multiplied. So guys, man, look, I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Make sure that y'all take responsibility for y'all businesses, man. It's no one else's duty to actually make sure that your business flows. Even if you have a coach, even if you have VAs, your VAs need your leadership. Your coach can only give you guidance and support. You have to get out there and take the actions, right? You got to get out there and do your push-ups. I wish I could do your push-ups for you, but I can't, So you got to get out there, put in that work to get out here, get busy, take accountability and responsibility for your business. I promise you'll thank me later. So guys, as always, man, make sure that y'all check out my Wholesaler University course with the link in the description of this video. You can grab all of my contracts, documents, scripts, tools, guides, all of that good stuff with the link in the description as well. Whole bunch of goodies down there, so definitely feel free to take advantage. Salute to all of you guys to help us get to 10,000 subscribers recently. I hope that y'all staying healthy and staying blessed, man, as always. And until next time, guys, we are out.